Every climb starts with a decision. Not at the top. Not with certainty. Not with a clear view of everything ahead. Just a vision of what ought to be. Ten years ago, Axes set out to do something different. Something where success is not judged by size, but by impact.
There was apathy in our market. We were going to be requiring people to work Saturdays. They have to start taking their last at 6. And all of a sudden, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I worked with some of the best people, and people were hungry for a change. If we could build a quality company built around the best people with the best minds that have their heart in the right place, then the patients will come when they're available.
What began with a small number of clinics and a big vision started to take shape.
I wanted it to be a place where people could join and just have better lives because of it. There was definitely some bumps in the road, but I just kept kind of battling, even in the times where it was incredibly busy and it didn't feel like the risk was worth it.
You just don't even realize how many things were going into a day. It was a little more just pound to the ground and get out there and be present, knocking on doors. The first couple people to come to our new little company that was very fragile was really powerful. We had Derek and Ernie just getting their tails kicked where they were. So we were stretched pretty thin. And when I crossed paths with Bill Franzen, his vision was very matched and more robust. And I was just like, holy cow. We went from 4 clinics to 11 in a very short time.
A lot of us had worked together before in a prior organization that had a similar shared vision and sort of belief system. So when this organization sort of spawned, it attracted a lot of interest because it was getting back to the basics in physical therapy, which is really simple. It's just taking care of people the right way.
The biggest thing for me was to get decision-making back sort of into a local environment with local leadership, getting a family feel where people truly are connected from the front end to the back end, with patients, with our customers. That was valuable for me.
The journey was never about locations or growth charts or numbers on a page.
And the path was not always clear. There were moments when the way forward was hard to see, when progress meant moving forward without a full view of what was next. As Axes evolved, the mission didn't change, but the organization did.
You bring together people with varying backgrounds and various levels of experience and start having good collaborative dialogue. The ideas just sort of start to flow. We had to define the brand and we had to develop a brand story. And the story of the brand really was centered on people. And I found the definition of the term Axes, and it means a place of great importance to an activity or interest. And I remember that aha moment because I said, of course that applies to every aspect of our business, our patients, our clients, and our employees. When we took the 3 Axes and designed the logo, it was very intentional. And that all 3 of those things are equally important. Not one is weighted heavier than the other. It helped me as a salesperson to be able to go out and talk about who we were and what we believed in. You can't have a great patient experience and a great client experience if you don't have a great employee experience. And I think people started to align with our why and started to believe in what the brand represented. And that was a really important inflection point in the organization.
When we boiled it down to that message, everything else just kind of fell into place. Through that, we get to better each other's lives. We get to enjoy coming to work together. We get to help the families of our patients, our clients.
If you refer someone to Axes, they're gonna have a great experience. Having the logo on is something to be proud of.
It's a service business. It's the people, the connections, it's the relationships that really let the company be able to meet the brand promises in the market.
You look around and you're just like, my gosh, there are so many people that had such a huge role in this.
When we had those times of question, concern, fear, we were all there for one another.
When people are like, how's your staff? I'm like, I don't have a staff, I have coworkers.
I love my coworkers like I love a sibling, and patients kind of pick up on that. They understand that we're a family.
Even though we've grown, it still feels like a small company.
I go to work knowing that my bosses and my boss's bosses, and they all actually care about the people underneath them. You feel loved. You're able to do a job and not feel micromanaged.
I obviously love whenever we hit budget numbers, but I really feel like I'm successful when I can walk into the clinic, everybody's smiling, everybody's saying hello.
For new grads, especially in the area, it has become a prime employer.
And more people found their way into the story. When people believe in a mission, they don't just go to work, they build it.
Over the last decade, that belief has created real impact, not just in clinics, but in lives.
Any front office that you walk into with an Axes company, you're going to be greeted with a smile. We know that people coming in are in pain, and we want people to feel as comfortable as possible.
Obviously, we have day-to-day struggles, patients, insurance companies, but we continue to deliver quality care.
Good care in the clinic can be life-changing for the patients.
One of my favorite part of my job is being able to open my inbox and see that I have 20 new reviews that have came in overnight. To have people so earnestly willing to share the positive mark that we left on their life, it's a gift.
Every day I see that we can make a difference in people's lives. They're not well. There's tears rolling down their face. Next thing I know, they're like bringing their grandkids in to come say hi to us.
You sit down and you hold somebody's hand for a while, they start to tell you stuff. I actually had a patient today said, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I don't come here. I have so much fun, I look forward to it. She's like, I wanna hang out with you guys. I'm like, oh, well, I have to be injured. But you can bring cake.
We've done a really good job of making sure that we're someone that physicians and other people in the community know and recommend.
When a doctor refers a patient to our clinics and we call them day of and get them scheduled as soon as possible, doctors notice that.
Years ago, the goal was ambitious, to positively impact 1 million lives. And the climb toward that goal has shaped everything.
We have a formal fund set up to distribute money to our chosen charities. Last year we had 97 charities nominated. How cool to have so many causes that are near and dear to the people that we employ's hearts. Our objective goal in our first 10 years was to touch 1 million lives if possible, and I think a really good argument can be made that we've done that.
But this was never written to be the end of the story. Because what looks like the top is really one peak in a much bigger range.
The climb continues, and what comes next will take what it always has. Preparation, trust, resilience, a shared purpose, and everyone moving upward together.
We had enough self-recognition to realize we were stretched too thin. So that's where Ivy came in, and their value systems aligned. They're making us better. They're adding in areas that we needed help. And so this will give us an opportunity to grow different programs, grow to more clinics, hit different geographic areas. We did that to provide opportunities for our staff.
The measuring stick of our organization really is how well our people do. So as long as we're investing in our people, creating opportunities, treating them well, having their back, the organization will keep growing. It's a grind. Success isn't easy and it's not supposed to be. So get dirty, get the gloves on and get to work.